Hi guys, it's Mandy from Mandy Lee Plays, and in today's video, I'm gonna do my pickups. I always do these in 3-month increments, so this one is for the months of July, August, and September. And of course, before we start, hit that like button if you like, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. I'm trying to get to 10K. And hit that hype button as well. Also, tell me what games you've picked up in the last 3 months. And I know you guys probably have a huge pile because September was packing when it came to games. And that's where most of my games come from. They literally held off for the months of July and August. And then all of the devs decided to bust their load on September for some reason. I know it's probably because of business things, but there was literally nothing in July and August. You could have used those months too. Just saying. Oh, and funny enough, this came into my mail right as I was recording, so I guess we get to do an unboxing as well. But anyways, let me go on to my pickups. Alright, so starting with the game that I really have mixed opinions about, that is No Sleep for Kaname Dante, the AI Somnium Files. I was really excited for this game. Like, I love the first game, I love the second game, I was hyped. But when I started to play more of it, I kind of wasn't syncing with it, and it really hasn't grabbed me yet. I don't know if it's my timing on when I played it, because I have to be in some type of mood to play a game like this, because there's a lot of puzzles and it's a mystery. Oh, and the escape room puzzles are kind of annoying. At first I thought they were pretty cool, and the first one was pretty cool, but the second one, I got really pissed. And I'm not saying the escape rooms are hard, it's just that they're very tedious. Although I do like the sections that are not this escape room thing. Like the regular AI Somnium puzzles, I love. I want more of that and less escape rooms. Ugh. Hopefully when I come back to it another time, I would enjoy it more and I won't get as frustrated when I'm more in the mood for it. But this game did come with cute stickers. There's one with Aiba and then the logo for the game. This might sound weird, but if anybody who bought the physical copy of this game and used the stickers, can you please tell me if it's waterproof or not? I want to put it on my water bottle, but I don't know if it's waterproof and I don't want to waste it either, so please and thank you. I know that's a very niche request, but hey, maybe I get an answer. Okay, so yeah, I'm all over the place with this game. I don't know if I like it or if I don't, but hopefully I'll get to it soon. So next game is a game. Of course it's a game. It just said next game. So our next game is Trails in the Sky First Chapter. It's been a really long time coming. A brief history about me and the Trail series. So I started Cold Steel 1 and I was about in chapter 1 and then I stopped. And then I played Trails to Zero and again I made it to chapter 1 but then I stopped. And that's when they announced the remake. And I was like, woo, yes! Sometimes playing the waiting game is the best way to go. And I'm glad I waited because this is the first game in the Trail series, all remade from the ground up for a more modern experience. So far, I am really loving this game. Right now, I'm still in the first chapter. And before you say, oh my god, you're just in the beginning? No, these chapters are long. And I do love how they remade this game. It has this very anime cartoon style, which I really love. And it didn't take that long to develop. Final Fantasy VII, please take notes. I'm not saying that the game switches its art style, but maybe for future Final Fantasy remakes, we could have a more cartoony style that doesn't take literally forever to release. We are still waiting on Final Fantasy VII Part 3. That's crazy. So yeah, I am really enjoying this game and I can't wait to continue the adventure, whether it be on stream or off stream. I'm having a great time and I can tell this game is gonna be something special. And also they announced that they're currently working on the second part of this game, which is awesome. So after bashing Final Fantasy, the next game on the list is Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. I am really excited for this one because I've heard nothing but great things about Final Fantasy Tactics and I felt like I was missing out on some peak tactics gaming. So when they announced the remake for it, I was just excited. Editing Mandy here, I meant to say it's a remaster, not a remake. But as of the recording of this video, I haven't played it yet. I actually haven't even put it on my Switch. Mostly because I'm kind of bogged down by other games and I like to beat at least some of my games before starting another one because I start to feel very overwhelmed. So I'm waiting until I beat one of the games I'm playing, then definitely I'm going to hop on this train. And some of you guys may know this, but this takes place in the world from Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age. It's one of the few modern Final Fantasy games that I haven't played, and I do have it. I actually have a pretty steelbook too, so maybe this will give me the motivation to actually play that game. And of course, doing the bare minimum, Square Enix did nothing in the cover. Why do you do this? You have prime real estate to put a nice picture. Just pick one from Google and plaster it there. You know what, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that important. So yeah, I'm really excited to start Final Fantasy Tactics and see what it's about. I'm looking forward to really testing my tactical skills. Now time for the last Switch game, and this one is a digital download. It's Silksong by Team Cherry. Finally! This game literally took so long to develop, like up to 7 or 8 years of development. So personally, this is just me speaking, I feel like the lack of information or any updates from Team Cherry's end wasn't really cool. Because to me, that was pretty scummy. And I know a lot of people just magically forgot about that when the game came out, but I didn't. That's just me. So Silksong is hard. It is very hard. It got me thinking that I got bad at gaming all these years. I played Hollow Knight and the difficulty was there, but it felt like a more gradual difficulty. Silksong doesn't really have that gradual increase in difficulty like Hollow Knight, so everything in Act 1 really felt unfair. I have to take breaks from it because I just can't at some points. So as of now, I am still playing Silksong. I'm in Act 2. I'm really enjoying it so far, even though I have to pick it up and put down because it's one of those games where it's kind of exhausting. Now we're on to the Switch 2 games. I got a total of 2, but they're pretty exciting. The first one is Donkey Kong Bonanza. This game was bonanza. It was really good. It's an awesome platformer, although at times it didn't really feel like a platformer, oddly enough. And this is my first Nintendo first party Switch 2 game. I don't know how I feel about that, but the game is really good. I did talk about it in my gaming wrap-up in the previous video, so if you want to know more about that, then please check it out. And I also got the amiibo. I'm pretty selective with my amiibos nowadays. I used to have mostly all of them, but I was like, I'm not really feeling amiibos, so I stopped collecting them, and I actually sold my first collection of amiibos. I did keep some though. And now I'm gonna be really selective on the amiibos that I get. This one I really love because it has DK with Pauline on the back, and it's honestly really cute. I love it. But my question is, when is the next Mario platformer? It's been a while, and I'm not counting the $70 Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2 bundle because that's crazy already, but you know, ignoring all that, I really did love Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'm excited for the next 3D platformer game, whether it be Donkey Kong, Kirby, or Mario. That'll be cool. And our last Nintendo Switch 2 game is Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar Nintendo Switch 2 edition. This game had me in a chokehold for the longest time. This game is so good. As I mentioned before in my gaming wrap-up, this is my emotional support game. Story of Season games are one of the only games that I really love that are farming sims. The rest are pretty boring in my opinion, but Story of Season games are just the best. And it's full on the cart. Look at that. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a farming cozy game that you might want for a nice palette cleanser, especially if you're going in between like 50 million different JRPGs. It could kind of get overwhelming. Now on to the one PlayStation 5 game I got. That is Digimon Stories Time Stranger. Now this is actually a very fun game, and it's my first time experiencing anything Digimon. I grew up with mostly Pokemon, and I did see it and I did hear about it, but I never really gave it a chance. So when this game came out, it looked pretty good, and I was like, you know, I kind of need a Pokemon adjacent style game. So I was like, let me give it a try. And wow, I am really loving it. It is so cool. The different Digimons are crazy, and then they digivolve into something that doesn't even resemble its previous evolution. And it makes Digi evolutions fun because I'm not really familiar with the games and the different Digimon, so it's really surprising to see what I get. Although it's a bit complex, they throw a lot of tutorials at you, so there's that. And you know how I like tutorials. I don't. So at first it was a bit overwhelming, but I'm starting to get the grasp of it and its different mechanics. Although there is still so much stuff I need to learn. I did a stream for it last weekend, so if you want my first time thoughts, please check those out. Editing Mandy here. I also want to thank everybody who gave me hints, tips, or tricks in my last live stream. You guys helped me a lot and I appreciate it. Here's the cover. Pretty. Oh, and yes, I'm a person who puts my previous PlayStation game in the case of the new PlayStation game. That's one of my toxic gaming habits. Okay, I kind of lied when I said this is the last Switch game because I did get a game from VGP. So what's inside the box? Da 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 da. Is that another box in a box? Oh no, that's a wrapping. Here's a little sticker from VGP. Thank you, VGP. Oh, and it says thank you. You're welcome. So yeah, as you guys can see, this was the game I got from VGP. Atelier Reslariana, the Red Alchemist, and the White Guardian. Now, I do have Atelier Reslariana digitally. It was a code given to me by Koei Tecmo, so thank you, Koei Tecmo. But of course, I had to get one physically for my Atelier collection. And I love this game so much. It is now in my top 3 Atelier games list. I won't get too much into it because this is not a review of it, but when I do my gaming wrap up, I am definitely gonna be talking about how good this game is. I loved it. And also, this is my 3rd Atelier game I beat this year. So I beat Atelier Yumiya, Atelier Shally, and now Atelier Reslariana. I probably need to hold myself back a little bit because I don't want to get burnt out on the series, but man, I love Atelier games so much. So yeah, those are all my pickups, and I got most of them in September. I got a lot of good games, and I'm excited to play them. So with all that being said, let me know what games you've bought in the last 3 months, or 4, or 5, in the comments down below. Please leave a like if you liked the video, and please consider subscribing if you're not yet subscribed. I'm trying to get to 10K by the end of the year, and I hope we can do it. You can follow me on my socials in the description down below. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of the day, and as always, play a good game. Peace.